some of you may know or not know, but I am rewatching The Walking Dead. I wanted to watch one of the spinoff shows that's currently on Netflix. Asked if I should jump back in and restart it. So I am. I'm rewatching, and this is season two. I remember really enjoying the first season, and I did enjoy it once again. Season two, I also enjoyed, but this time around, I was always Team Rick when it came to like that love triangle with Shane, Lori, and Rick, just because he was the husband, and like it needed to be that. But now, rewatching like that whole dynamic, I'm here for my boy Shane. I feel like justice for Shane. He didn't deserve that. I feel like Lori manipulated a lot of it or whatever. There's a lot going on. So I wouldn't know how to deal with this situation at all. Like, you think your husband is dead, you build a relationship with someone else who's taking care of you and your son. I can totally understand that. I still don't know how long work was out. Please, if you know the answer, please put it in the comments. I mean, have I Googled it? No, but I really don't know how long he's been out. But Shane was just really like, we had something. And Lori was like, it wasn't really like that, my boy. And he started crashing out. Right? Like that with the combination of Otis, like those two things, like really had your boy Rick crashing out in season two. But that's why, like, now I feel like more empathy for his character. The first time around, like, I was just like, yo, he's crazy. But I understand now, like, why he was crashing out like that. Someone that you were in love with and thought that you had, like, it was more than that. She told you it was nothing. You out here killing people, the world is over. Thought you had love, and you just it wasn't that. And I also like that he was just more practical, right? Like Rick was very, I think he was just too nice. In this type of situation, the world is over. The rules that we live by, like, they no longer exist. And we need to toughen up in this type of post world. And I didn't really think that Rick had that kind of energy for season two. But as we know, that's a lot of character development starts to happen with all characters. But that's how I originally felt when I watched it the first time, and rewatching it now, I still kind of feel that way. I just also feel more pain for my boy Shane. Like, I think anyone would have crashed out the way that he did, especially with finding out, everybody's on Hershel's farm now. Everybody's waiting for Carl to get better, and we find out that there's just a barn full of walkers. Yeah, they gotta go. And I understood Rick being like, yo, chill, like, we need Hershel, so, like, let's be nice. And then also, but no, like, fuck that. Like, all of us can be in danger, and you just got a barn full of walkers. And also throughout the whole season, everyone's looking for, what's her name? Sophia. Everybody's looking for Sophia. Can't find the girl. Shane was also very straightforward with, she's probably dead. Like, we're wasting resources, time, things like that. But they were putting their lives at risk for someone who probably wasn't alive anymore. So that was also insane. And of course, if you're watching this, I hope you already watched it, because definitely, spoiler alert, Sophia was in the barn. Also love that. Like, it went from a crash out, Shane crashed out, let all the walkers out, and there was Sophia. That was a little sad moment. But then also everybody's still looking at Shane like, yo, WTF, what are you doing? But also because of that, Rick really had to get into. Shane was the original leader of the original cohort. Rick came, and they weren't really a team as much as they would have liked to pretend that they were a team. And he had to assert his dominance. So let me ask you this. The first time that I watched it, I was totally like, this is self-defense. He was lured out there. It was basically, the duel, the showdown of Rick and Shane. I feel like I saw, and I ran it back 3 times. Let me know if you also saw this. I ran it back 3 times, and I feel as though Rick totally stabbed Shane before he even pulled the trigger. I feel like the only reason the trigger was pulled because he was stabbed. and Shane pulled the trigger in attempt to either save his life because he was stabbed. So I don't know if he would have survived that anyway, but also just, all right, like that's what we're doing here. I'm going to make an attempt to kill you too. Let me know. I ran it back 3 times and I still feel like Rick struck first. They was trying to be like, let's put everything down. And then Rick was like, gotcha. Let me know. Let me know if you also saw that because I definitely feel like that's what I saw. So now you're there, kill my best friend. And of course, he turns into a walker. Carl sees it. Carl is living a super traumatic childhood. We go from however old he was, looking at how young he was, like in the beginning of the series, like is insane. But anyway, going from a regular life, going to school, now there's walkers, and now you have to learn to use a gun, shit like that. And watching, or I feel like he probably saw it. I don't know if he saw it. Was that discussed? Um, his dad killing Shane, and then he had to take out zombie Shane. Boys growing up real quick on this show because I'm also in the middle of, because your girl is moving, but I'm in the middle of season 3 now, and just the things that he has to go through or decide to do at his age is totally insane, but we love it watching on TV. One thing that I also really loved about season 2 is the romantic dynamic between Maggie and Glenn. I love that relationship. I forgot how cute that was because when they were at the store and she was just basically like, "What's up? It's the end of the world, baby. Like, what are we doing?" I love how forward she was. Glenn was taken aback and also super impressed. So I totally love their dynamic throughout the show the first time, and I just, getting that feeling back. I was like, oh yeah, they were so cute. So I'm enjoying to watch that like grow again. So while everyone is having their personal drama, all the world and bigger things to think about, and everybody's having, relationship drama, this, that, and the third. And then also Shorty was pregnant. I can't believe I was gonna end this video without talking about that Lori was pregnant. Like what? And then you don't know who the daddy is. We still don't know who the daddy is, right? We never got to know who the father was. That's why also justice for my boy Shane, because I feel like prior to Rick coming back, like he was shooting the club up. Like that was definitely Shane's baby. Rick is raising Shane's baby. Anybody else? Let me know because like that was also just crazy. So that also happening, that also really what set him off the edge. But anywho, really enjoyed the season. There was no protection around the farm, so walkers got there and took out the farm, and everybody had to go. But this season definitely tested everyone's morality, right? Because Hershel thought that the walkers were sick people. And even going into season 3, they still think that they can change the walkers. How can we live with them other than, basically just killing them and taking them out? It really tests that and how you're going to survive. And I think about that all the time, like watching these shows. Like, what would I do? How far are you willing to go to survive? Because sometimes you have to sacrifice others for yourself. Woo-hoo! But overall, I still feel the same way that I did the first time, this time watching it, and that was just it was just a little bit slow. Like what brought me in to season 1 and what really still like had me glued the first time and second time was just a lot of the action, things like that. It was a little bit slower, but I appreciated the character development. Not a lot of shows I feel like can really grab you into the characters. At least for me, I notice when it's a character development season, sometimes I'm like, I don't care about these people, but I really enjoyed learning about like, seeing how the dynamic, the group grow together, how are they going to deal with each other in these situations. So that I also really enjoyed. Oh, honorable mention to my boy Daryl because he was really looking for Sophie and she was dead out here in these streets, and he did a lot of things to help to spearhead that search for Sophia. So shout out to Daryl because of course with him and his brother, how we were introduced to him, we never thought that he would be who he became. I stayed around long enough, but yeah, overall, those are my thoughts. I still really enjoyed it. The only difference with this time is I hated Lori more, and justice for my boy Shane. He needed that crash out. that crash out was deserved. Like, no, like having my baby and telling me we were nothing, he deserved that crash out. He really did. So that's the only thing that changed with watching it this time around. I'm excited to finish season 3. I'm already in the middle of it. You know, the prison, the governor, Michonne. I couldn't believe she came on that early. But whatever, I'm gonna go and finish this season. Let me know, what are your thoughts. Have you rewatched The Walking Dead? Do you have a show that you've ever rewatched? Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Your girlie appreciates you. Bye.